Welcome to this short introduction to Bob Cochran's second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery. Beyond this video, chapter-specific highlight videos will also be made available. These brief samples can't adequately represent the full scope of the book, so if you find the material interesting, much greater detail may be found within the book, which is available on Amazon.com in either paperback or e-reader form. Okay, let's get started. Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery. In an era when the world feels increasingly chaotic and unpredictable, Bob Cochran's Hyperdimensional You offers a radically different perspective on what's actually happening to humanity. Rather than viewing current global upheavals as random disasters or societal breakdowns, Cochran presents them as symptoms of something far more profound, a species-wide consciousness upgrade that's been building for decades and is now reaching a critical tipping point. This isn't your typical self-help book filled with positive thinking platitudes. Instead, Cochran weaves together insights from quantum physics, ancient wisdom traditions, consciousness research, and direct, evidence-based spiritual experience to paint a picture of humanity standing at the threshold of what he calls the shift. A fundamental transformation in how we perceive and interact with reality itself. The Great Sorting, 3 Types of Humans. At the heart of Cochran's framework lies a fascinating taxonomy of human consciousness evolution. He describes 3 distinct types of humans currently walking the planet. Mammal humans, operating primarily on survival instincts and pack mentality. Clever humans who excel at logical thinking but largely remain trapped in their head and in win-lose paradigms, and the emerging wise human who have activated their heart centers and begun accessing what Cochran calls hyperdimensional abilities. This categorization isn't meant to create hierarchies or judgments, but rather to help readers understand why communication across different consciousness levels can feel so challenging. As Cochran puts it, information flows easily upward vibrationally, but struggles to flow downward, which explains why the more elegant and enlightened solutions proposed by wise humans often seem incomprehensible or impractical to those operating from lower vibrational states. Reality in a responsive universe. Perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of Cochran's work is his presentation of reality as fundamentally responsive to consciousness, rather than fixed and mechanical. Drawing on quantum physics research showing that observation affects particle behavior, he suggests that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions are constantly influencing the physical world around us in ways that mainstream science is only beginning to understand. This isn't just abstract philosophy, but practical technology. Cochran describes techniques for navigating what he calls hyperdimensional reality, learning to work with dimensions beyond those of the familiar height, width, depth, and linear time. He presents evidence that humans have always possessed abilities like remote viewing, energy healing, and even timeline navigation, but that these capacities have been suppressed by cultural conditioning and what he terms incarnation amnesia. The cosmic context, why now? What makes this material particularly compelling is Cochran's explanation of why this consciousness shift is happening at this specific moment in history. He describes our solar system's passage through a high-energy region of space that's essentially upgrading the energetic environment of Earth, making previously dormant human abilities more accessible, while simultaneously making fear-based, separation-oriented thinking increasingly unstable and unsustainable. This cosmic perspective reframes current global challenges not as evidence of humanity's failure, but as symptoms of a species learning to operate with enhanced capabilities while still carrying out dated programming. It's like trying to run modern software on an old operating system. Things get glitchy until you complete the upgrade. From fear to mastery, a practical path. What sets Hyperdimensional You apart from purely theoretical works is its practical applicability. Cochran doesn't just describe these concepts, he provides specific techniques for developing what he calls sovereignty of mind, the ability to consciously direct one's thoughts, emotions, and energy rather than being unconsciously reactive to external circumstances. The path he outlines involves mastering four key elements: joy, not dependent on external circumstances; oneness, recognizing fundamental interconnectedness; love, as a technology for accessing universal information and energy; and truth, the ability to distinguish authentic reality from manufactured narratives. Together, these create what Cochrane calls your JOLT score, a measure of how well equipped you are to navigate the emerging reality. A map for uncertain times. Whether you're experiencing the current global transitions as exciting opportunities or overwhelming challenges, Cochrane's work offers a comprehensive map for understanding what's happening and how to respond effectively. His central message is both empowering and practical. The same cosmic forces that are creating chaos for those clinging to outdated paradigms are simultaneously offering unprecedented opportunities for those willing to embrace their hyperdimensional nature. This material challenges readers to consider that they might be far more capable than they've been led to believe, that reality might be far more malleable than conventional wisdom suggests, and that humanity's greatest adventures lie not in the past or some distant future, but in the conscious evolution happening right now. For those ready to trade the illusion of safety found in conventional thinking for the genuine empowerment that comes from understanding how consciousness actually works, Hyperdimensional You offers both the conceptual framework and practical tools needed to not just survive the shift, but to surf it with grace, wisdom, and joy. What will it be? For more information on Bob Cochran's first book, Emerging Imaginal You, a time-traveling note to self from the corner of science and spirituality, or his second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery, check out Clever, the number 2, wise.com, that's clever2wise.com, or on Facebook, #Clever2Wise. Feel free to also subscribe and like on Bob's YouTube channel, which can be located by way of the handle @Clever2Wise.